You probably clicked on this video because you're a high-achieving type A personality. And you're exhausted. You were top of your class, went to a good university, and probably work in a stable, well-respected job. You've done well for yourself. Really well. But over the past few months, that tiredness and heaviness that you just can't shake has been setting in. You're forgetting things, and your brain doesn't feel quite as smart as it used to. The personality traits that have led to your success are probably the same ones that are causing you to burn out too. So what are they? Number 1, perfectionism. You're not aiming for good, you're aiming for flawless, and anything else feels like a failure. You spend 20 minutes moving images around in a PowerPoint slide so they line up perfectly. You rewrite a Slack message 3 or 4 times before sending a one-line update to your boss. You've already reread an email you sent 1 hour ago 5 times already, and you're wondering why no one's replied yet. You format a spreadsheet that nobody asked you to format because it looks better this way, neater. And you delay sending something that's already really good because good isn't good enough. It has to be perfect. Perfectionism isn't thoroughness. It's actually a fear response disguised as a strong work ethic. You're keen to please and scared of negative feedback, so you put in double the time to ensure that you only get glowing praise. Number 2, being emotionally invested. You love your work and you're passionate about what you do. You feel like you're making an impact and getting somewhere with your career, so you don't mind putting in that extra work. So you check your email in bed, not because anyone's expecting a reply, but because you want to know what's going on and be on top of things. You think about a project in the shower, you think about it on your walk, and you think about it while your partner or your friends are talking to you about something else entirely. You take the feedback on your work as feedback on you. A note on a document feels personal, like you've failed. And so you beat yourself up because you should have done better. The passion you're feeling is real, but it's also hiding the unhealthy obsession and lack of balance. You've heard the phrase, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And you've taken that to heart. You assume if you love it, it can't be hurting you, right? Number 3, you believe your self-worth equals your output. Maybe not consciously, but how many of these things sound like you? You feel a low hum of guilt watching TV on a Tuesday night, like you should be doing something more productive with that hour. You listen to podcasts on your commute in and out of work, because that dead time is a good excuse to learn something new. Someone asks you how you are and you say busy, like it feels like it's an achievement because you feel important and worthy. Finishing your to-do lists gives you relief, not satisfaction. And if you didn't finish those 28 tasks on your to-do list, then you feel guilty because you should have worked harder. And it takes you all holiday to actually relax. You book trips, activities, read business books and learn new things. And it's only on the final day of your holiday that you pause to do nothing. Chances are that when you were younger, you were praised for achieving. You were bright and hardworking and everyone expected great things from you. So your brain quietly wrote the rule, I am what I produce. I am my results. Number 4, you were the responsible one. You were always the responsible one in your friendship group, maybe the eldest daughter too. So you take responsibility for things that were never yours to carry. You would redo a colleague's work rather than send it back because explaining the fix felt slower than doing it yourself. You can't hand off a task without writing paragraphs of instructions first. You feel a flicker of anxiety when you're not CC'd in on something that touches your work. And you end up completing projects that are nothing to do with your job description because, well, somebody needed to do them. You keep a mental list of everything that needs to be done at home, even tasks that belong to other people, because, well, you're tracking them anyway. You like being in control. That way you know things will get done, and they'll be done in the right way. Number 5, you strive to prove yourself. You're ambitious, so you take on that extra project. You say yes to last-minute requests without properly checking your capacity. You take on a heavier and heavier workload because you can do it. You collect achievements for your glowing CV, and you've built your reputation as the one that goes above and beyond to get things done. But even though you're years into your career, you still feel like you have to earn a seat at the table. You're not just doing the work because it needs doing. You're doing it because some part of you is still waiting for someone to confirm that you're good enough. And this is actually self-doubt, not ambition. And number 6, you never celebrate your successes. When you hit a goal, you're already on to the next one before it lands. You finish a huge project, and by the next morning, you can barely even remember doing it. No pause, no celebration, just straight on to the next task. Someone compliments your work, and you deflect it. Oh, it was nothing. It wasn't that hard. You shrug off the accomplishments and make them feel smaller than they actually were. And you hit a target and then instantly raise the bar and start chasing after the next one. In an interview, someone asks you about your biggest achievement, and your mind goes blank because nothing ever feels significant enough. Because your brain never stops, it doesn't get the signal that something's complete. So instead of alternating between effort and recovery, you just stay in effort. No pause, no reward, no recovery. And that lack of recovery burns you out. You're not a machine that can keep working forever with no off switch. And over time, you lose that motivation because you feel like you're constantly churning and never getting anywhere. Let me know which of these resonate. Because if they do, it's likely that these behaviours have been contributing to your burnout. And recovery requires you to unwire these thought patterns. Maybe for some of these things that you've grown up believing for 25 years. Recovery is about giving yourself permission to exist as you are with all of your faults intact. Not seeing your self-worth tied to your work, but being enough as you are. And celebrating your successes, big and small, because there's something to be proud of. If you're tired of feeling exhausted and heavy, I made this video talking about the 7 different types of rest to help you determine which of these you might need. Check this out and let me know if this helps.